People say he's dead, and then he just dies forever. But you actually don't. You actually just go back into the clouds and do it again, and again, and again, and again, and you never stop.
Transformation, connect the source to transfer information to my destination. I entered heaven with no reservation, got the location through a meditation. My ancestors taught my brothers and sisters how to have a family conversation. A generation with no separation, but we stimulated by the simulation. High vibrations, nice to meet you. Take a seat and be my teacher. Life's a game, you in the bleachers. Sorry if I don't believe ya, I forgot I got amnesia. Gotta make room for these new downloads. Gotta get rid of some applications. My angels taught me how the story goes. My demons asking for a demonstration. Man, y'all tripping. Acting like you never seen the vision. Dropping truth, y'all don't even wanna listen. Man, y'all tripping. Saying now I'm spitting superstition, but you listen to a stupid politician. Man, y'all tripping. Following a lame ass religion that claims that you'll never be forgiven. Man, y'all tripping. Only love each other with conditions, treating every day like a competition. Man, y'all tripping. Acting like you never seen the vision. Dropping truth, y'all don't even wanna listen. Man, y'all tripping. Saying now I'm spitting superstition, but you listen to a stupid politician. Man, y'all tripping. Following a lame ass religion that claims that you'll never be forgiven. Man, y'all tripping. Only love each other with conditions, treating every day like a competition. Man, I've been around the block, 47 on a dot. Look up at the clock, the illusion never stopped. God is crazy. 333, almost feeling like Jay-Z. Life is amazing, more free than a Mason. Sacred education only takes place inside a space station. Feel my vibration. Oh yeah, that's right. They can't, cause these dudes way too lost in expectations. Wasting all the time that doesn't exist. Can't pay your bills, but spend 100 bills on your wrist. Throwing parties and your friends can't get on the list. Don't try to catch my fate, try to catch my gist. Claim you got the juice, but you lost in the sauce. Y'all need to catch up to the boss. Your higher self wouldn't even hire you. You just got fired, man, y'all tripping. Acting like you never seen the vision, dropping truth, y'all don't even wanna listen. Man, y'all tripping. Saying now I'm spitting superstition, but you listen to a stupid politician. Man, y'all tripping.
Following a lame ass religion that claims that you'll never be forgiven. Man, you're tripping. Hello. How are we, people? Is anyone here? Not yet. Will there be? Maybe. So I'm here because yesterday I announced I'm writing a book. Last night I got on writing it very much, and I was in such a flow state, and I definitely realised this is something I'm going to pursue, and I could definitely pull off. Love from the Galaxy, how's it going, my bro? How are you? I know this guy because he's in on Snapchat. If anybody has Snapchat, my Snapchat's linked below always. Anyone who adds me, I ask them where they added me from, and Love from the Galaxy added me from YouTube, so I added him to a group chat of like-minded people. And here he is. So, how are you? I don't know your actual name, but I know you drink a lot. You're all spiritual and stuff, but I know you're on the alcohol a lot, which is, I mean, fair enough. I mean, I know a lot of people, like, the consciousness kind of just permeates through the state. Like, what's he called? Ramanashi... Who is he? Ramanashi Masari or something. That's not how you say it. What's his fucking name? It's this guy in the fucking caves who just never exercised, never, like he just transcended the physical realm through consciousness. Ramana Masashi. Ramana Maharshi. That's it. So, what can you actually see? So that's the screen recording one. And that is below this. So if I put that above everything, then that should be able to grow. So that's who I was on about. He ended up getting cancer in the end, but he was born, yeah, he walked away from his crib because he just become enlightened instantaneously. And then he just went and lived in like a mountain and fucking was just consciousness and just kind of sat there and embodied silence consciousness for his whole life until he got cancer, and he started getting eaten by like bugs and shit in a cave, and he just was like, I'm not the body. So yeah, it's quite what our culture would certainly deem psych ward. Alright, so how long have I got? I start work at 2 PM. It's now 20 minutes till 12. So I've certainly got time. So I'm going to keep an eye on the chat and hope maybe people will join. But if not, I thought this will be the first installment of many. So it's very rough at the minute. So all I've done, I come up with the idea of making this book yesterday. As you can see, the title I believe is going to be Metaphysical Mushrooms and or Fungi of Infinity. All about psychedelic mushrooms plus user's manual. So it's gonna have like a full-blown, super detailed, advanced trippers, like how to trip in my experience. And I've got such cool ideas. It's not just gonna be like a regular book. I'm gonna have like, it's gonna be like interactive and non-linear and colourful, I hope, with a lot of pictures and diagrams. And I'm going to try to get very creative. And I'm even going to have like a poster in it of somewhat, hopefully. Because one of the main ideas I had, right, and I don't want to spoil it all, right, but I feel like I might as well get to contemplating on here. And then if I die on a whim, someone who cares, can scramble all the ideas together and mishmash the book together as far as I get with it. So at least get the ideas out there, because who knows if I'll live till the day where I can actually publish this. So I'll read what I've written for you momentarily. God is unlimited, you are correct. I've become to realise that everything around me is God. Love from the galaxy, and it's all an act of God, and it's infinity. So the cover that I wrote originally was just this. Fungi of Infinity, all about psychedelic mushrooms. Hello people, welcome to by Oxen with audio. So it's going to be an audio book. It's also likely going to be a course. I'll likely put it up on YouTube for free eventually. But of course I'd love for people to actually buy the real book. And I'm actually, the cool thing is I'm sure I'll be able to sell quite a bit, to be honest. I reckon I will. Because I have somewhat of a following, and I reckon they'll get it. So, we got all of the bullet points here that I went over yesterday. So, my handwriting is fucking awful. And then last night, I was writing how to trip on shrooms. That goes on for a bit. Some more there. And then this one is pitfalls and traps. So, I was just kind of going off the way I do in my YouTube videos, where I'm kind of sporadic and branch off in like an ADHD manner into bare topics. But I'm going to convert all of what I put in this book now onto the digital realm. I was also writing just rules, general rules. Like one of the rules I put is never underestimate the power. I think it cut out for a minute. Never underestimate the power of infinity, the power of the mushroom. Underestimating what psychedelics are capable of is one of the main pitfalls of how you have a terror trip, and that's one of the things as well I'm going to be speaking about, is differentiating the terror trip from a bad trip. Many notes, I've got many trips by many quotes by Terence McKenna that I'm going to be integrating into it. Here's a very, very important point. So I don't actually want to like spoil the book, to be honest, because I know that actually I've got a few ideas that many don't have. So I wrote a whole section last night about consuming art, and I've been meaning to make a video about this, and I will do probably before the book. So I'll be contemplating like freely for free on YouTube and everything, and I'll likely make videos about the individual subjects as I'm going along, just to keep the YouTube. And then the more I make videos, the more I get feedback. So the main reason I'm here is like I actually want people to somewhat like help me write. So we're going to be reflecting on your guys' perspectives and my perspectives, and then refining and mixing perspectives and really bringing something of value. So consuming art, that's a whole section. Why? Loads of questions I was writing. One of the main questions is, why does God realization grow from cow shit on mountains? That is a very good question. In other words, why does this experience exist at all? For what purpose? Breadcrumb theory? To realize that you're God? Is that why this is here? So this is all very, very scrapped at the minute, and I'm sure someone could technically get the whole book for free, but it'll probably be free eventually, but fuck it. I mean, I'm gonna basically release it as I write it, somewhat, but it's gonna be very hodgepodge. It's gonna be live streams, and no one's really gonna be on that. So, but anyway, the final product will be the true thing, because there will be, like I say, it'll be interactive. That's a very cool point, actually. Maybe I'll literally make it so you can write as well, like write your own things, like how like the Diary of the Wimpy Kid thing used to work, where they're like half of the book was by the user. But in terms of the poster, like I know I can put posters like, you took a drug, remember? That will be a good poster. You put that on your ceiling above your bed, so just in case, because that's how you prevent a super terror trip. Somewhat. I don't know if that's really the case, because you'll probably just not even be able to conceptualize what you're reading. Alright, so here it is. I'll just double check the actual live stream super fast.
Every day like a competition, man, y'all tripping. Acting like you never seen the vision, drop the truth, y'all don't even want message. Man, y'all tripping, saying they don't stand super.
Hi, bro. Like one of the rules I put. So I hope in the future that I'll be able to get like actual somewhat numbers in the chat and like mixed perspectives to the best of my ability and really get on this thing. So there's going to be a lot of typing. And I don't see, all I'm going to do now is just start converting what I've writ onto the digital realm, and then I'll be reflecting on it with anybody who is in the chat, and we can go from there. So what I'm gonna need to do is create I'll just do a rich text document. I reckon that'll do, probably. Will it? Nah, fuck that, I'll do it in OneNote. OneNote is what I use for my commonplace book. So what can I do here? Alright, so that is now my new reality, and I'll get my video capture device above this. So what I'm gonna end up having is me down here, I reckon. Me down here. So here's my commonplace book, and so I will, if I close that, that'll be fine. Right, I'll close that, and then on the one side I've got the chat, and then on the other side, there you go, that works well. Even smaller. Alright, that'll do, hopefully. And then, so this is like just all of mad shit that I've writ. I've made a whole video about this. Like, before I even made my YouTube channel, I was like contemplating what I'm actually gonna do, and now I'm gonna make a new bit, which is gonna be metaphysical Mushrooms, which is the name of the book, probably. And then there's going to be a new section in here. Fungi of Infinity, which was inspired by Fractions of Infinity. Fungi of... Alright, hopefully I can actually spell today, because I'm fucking awful at spelling. Alrighty, so I'll just double check one more time that we got a good setup here. So this is like, yeah, cool. That looks good with me. I'm pleased with that. So that's what we got. And it is 12. So I've got a lot of time, which is good. That's what we need. So so yeah, here we have anyway, the fucking book, and I guess I'll get reading and I'll start typing it up on here, as I may as well, and I hope to get most of this on here and refine it, and then I'll be reading it as I go along and contemplating, and hopefully maybe I can get some feedback from the chat, and that's how we're gonna do it anyway. I don't know if I'll do it like this forever. I don't know if I'll live stream it, like, tell you what might be nice. Can I get some form of... I'll see how, like, the meditation... Because if I was alone, I'd get some meditation ambience on here. There you go. That sounds quite nice, I hope. So that's probably how I'll go about... I'll probably write to this music. And I'll double check how it sounds. Like the meditation, because... There you go. That sounds quite nice, I hope. So that does indeed sound nice. So anyway, there you go. I just constructed the setup. That took ages. Alright. I wonder... I'll go on Instagram live as well. What's Ollie saying? Do I want to come to Sutton on the 21st Wednesday? I'll be picking you up at 10:30. I'll see if I can get the day off, bro. Yeah, I'll start work at 2 today, so I'll get back to you quickly and I'll let you know. Yeah, probably. I would like to, yeah, if I can get the day off. I'm not sure. Send me a copy of L book, says Maria, or Ria. Yeah, well, I'm on YouTube now, yeah, live streaming, listening to this meditation ambience. Writing the book, reflecting with the viewers, what they think, even though there's not really anyone here. I think there's like 2 people here. But that's okay. I writ loads yesterday, but yeah. Then you can have the book, and then you can read it, and then you can venture into the mystical realms, then you'll have a mystical experience, and then you'll come back and go, I know what I mean. I know what you mean. Yeah. Now I'm spiritual. Spiritual Rhea. Okie dokie. Alright. Anyway, let's fucking get on it. I'll go on Instagram Live to see if I can get anybody on there as well. Might as well. Live. What's going on, people? I'll tell you what's going on my end. YouTube. And I'm writing a fucking book. And yesterday, right, ignore my handwriting, I understand, yeah. I was writing bare, I was in the flow state, I got bare fucking good shit, and I realised this book is going to be the bollocks because I know what I'm talking about, because I've had the experience. So I'm on YouTube now, I'm on YouTube Live, OXSN, go there mate, and join. And I want feedback from the viewers, and then we can refine the ideas and what we're on about. So hopefully I can get that. If not, I'm gonna be on here for a minute anyway, for an hour or so at least, and I'm gonna extract what I wrote here onto the computer. Hi Gerald again. I'm on YouTube Live now. I come on here because I was sending people to my YouTube, so you can go there if you want, but I don't think you'll be. It's all about mushrooms, because I'm writing a book about mushrooms, and I don't think that's your cup of tea. Cup of mushroom tea? Haha. But that's it. I'm on here, and I'm gonna just get writing, because I was writing loads of stuff last night, and now I'm just gonna start extracting it onto the computer, and then the viewers are gonna mix perspectives, and we're gonna refine the ideas, and then I'm gonna make a book and publish a book about mushrooms, and then I'm gonna get people to buy it, because people will probably do that. I know they will, because I know what I'm on about. Scorpio evening, hello. Oh, someone said on the group chat on YouTube. So I'm live on YouTube basically, writing a book about magic mushrooms, and I've just come on here to see if I can get some people on there as well, because I'm gonna write it with you guys basically, and we're gonna like mix perspectives. So if you know about mushrooms or just psychedelics in general, then we can get into a conversation and start writing down. So Love from the Galaxy on YouTube said Ram Dass books can be an awesome inspiration. So Love from the Galaxy, Ram Dass, I believe he talks about psychedelics. I haven't looked super deeply into his stuff, to be honest. I've heard a few lectures by him, like the one on After School, saying he's like fell in love with reality and it's all perfect or something. And it was like a confession or so. He just said he fell in love with like life itself. So he sounds like he's a very cool guy, but I'm just I haven't got into him super loads. So yeah, I'll definitely have a look. But anyway, I think it's time. So first I have the bullet points. So I reckon I'll do that. So on here on YouTube, basically what I've got is I'm screen recording all of this with my I'll just go on to the actual thing. So this is what it looks like when it loads. Come on, you fucking cunt. Why is it being so long? Yeah, so here's what I've got on YouTube basically. There's a group chat that I'm reading, and then I'm here, and then here we've got this. And here's a new one for the book. Fungi of Infinity, or Metaphysical Mushrooms will likely be the title. And I've just made one page, but I'm going to make another page that's just going to be called Bullet Points. Bullet points or notes or whatever. And yeah, I'll start. So what have I got here anyway? Alright, I better just start extracting the shit. But yeah, come to YouTube. So we got, how do I make a bullet point table? Here we go. So we got how to trip. And then the cool thing is, you see, if I now make a new page called how to trip, right, I can actually copy the link, copy link to page, and then here, you see, now my bullet point's got how to trip, and it's actually a link. So this will be, so the way the book's going to be is like, it's going to be like non-linear. I want to make it like a very interactive, and hello JP, I don't know who you are, but welcome. Basically, I'm writing a book, and I'm on YouTube Live, and I want people to help me and mix perspectives. So what I was saying anyway, so the bullet points, so the book is going to be non-linear. At the beginning, you're going to be, it's going to have like a fucking, it's more of a catalogue than a linear A to B read. So at the beginning, for example, if it's digital or if it's in hardcover form or whatever the fuck, you're going to have all these different categories, and then this one will be like a full trip guide, and you click there and then it takes you to that segment. And then if you go back to the hub, there will be dangers and warnings, and you'll click there and it will take you there, you know. So I'll actually make this a fucking website as well, to be honest. I've been meaning to do that, so that'll be good. I'll make like an interactive website. So there's a lot of work ahead of me, but this is what I want to do. Alright, so let's just fucking get on it. So we got how to trip, and I'm gonna make these all different segments and stuff, I guess. So how to trip. Well, the thing is, how to trip is like, that will be with the dangers and warnings somewhat, so dangers and warnings. I'll maybe even make red herrings, so distractions. So this is going to be sick. I'm literally going to be on this full blast. Anyway, that's enough of the Instagram Live. Go to YouTube, mate. Thank you. Or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll keep it going for a minute. Anyway, I need to hurry up. So, your favourite psych trance, psych chill artist? So, hello Chris Low Res Dream. I'm not too familiar. Psych trance, psych chill. Like I know. I swear, Actualize.org has stuff of that nature. I'm not too familiar. But why don't you refer me to some, and I'll definitely have a listen. But I like trippy music. Like, oh hi Jacob. The fractal nature of reality puts us in a constant parallel, except for when we dissolve the ego. When you take psychedelics and dissolve the boundaries of the self, you find it's all parallel to you. That's actually true, yeah, I guess I know what you mean. A consistent parallel. When you dissolve the ego and take psychedelics, boundaries of the self, it's all parallel to you. Yeah, I know what you mean, like everything's across from you. I think I get what you mean. So Jacob, anything that you write in the chat, right, I'm going to be taking notes. So for example, what you've just done now is you made me think, oh yeah, boundaries dissolve. So look, I'll be making this like bullet points, boundaries dissolve. Make this 18. Boundaries dissolve opinion structures. Jacob says nature is self-similar across all scales, all similar to the self. So yeah, I mean, I know I'm familiar with like the sacred geometry and the as above, so below. So and then sacred geometry, I'll definitely make its own page. So I gotta be careful about making too many of these fucking links and stuff, because it's actually a waste of time, and sometimes it makes it a bit messy. Like my old, I literally had to make like an entirely new commonplace book, because hello Jake Morgan, I know you are a mushroom guy, so you'll be pleased probably somewhat. I've decided to pursue writing a book about magic mushrooms, as I'm a veteran, I believe. I've had fucking countless trips, very high doses, a lot. So I'm just on YouTube Live writing a book with people and mixing perspectives. So yeah, Jacob, everything you write I'll be taking notes on, because it's all like, so anything that you have like a phenomenon about psychedelics, or anything that you can bring to the table that just makes me go, oh yeah, then I'll get writing about just that. And then when I experiment with psychedelics in the future, I'll be reflecting on what I've written so far. So yeah, we got the sacred geometry, as above, so below, dissolve opinion structures, break unconscious. I still can't spell fucking conscious at all. I'm really, really bad at spelling, but I don't think it's my fault. Not right. I mean, it is, but you know, you just got to learn how to spell the words that you actually use. Break unconscious. Break unconscious behavior patterns. Alright, I'm done with the Instagram Live now. Metaphysical mushrooms. I'll be back in 2 seconds. I'm just gonna go get a drink. Mother Nature, the creator, thank you. Hopefully I can return the favor. Would you want to mention Amanita muscaria in your book with a strong hallucinogenic mushroom used by Siberia shamans that doesn't contain psilocybin but other stuff? So so Amanita muscaria is fly agaric, right? And I'll definitely mention different strains. That's another idea I'd never really thought about, so I'll make another one here. Strains. So, yeah, I'll definitely mention Amanita muscaria. Sure. Right, so I don't actually need to write in this book anymore, because writing in this book is kind of a mistake, because the actual thing is going to be on here, so I'd need to convert it all in the end, which would not really be wise. So yes, Amanita Muscaria, I will definitely get on. So yeah, so it doesn't contain psilocybin. That's quite interesting. So a psychedelic mushroom that doesn't contain psilocybin. Are you sure that is the case? Alright, it's not letting me copy the whole thing for some reason. Fuck off! Did I want that fucking link? Amanita Muscaria. I've mainly only experienced with Liberty Cap, but a few others like Albino A++ or some shit, but mainly Liberty Caps, and I've done a bit of research on them. So, as far as I'm aware, right now, some contain psilocybin and some contain something beginning with a B or something apparently. So. Let's research. Oh, I got so much porn on my computer. I'm just gonna fucking end up typing in the link and then it's gonna come up with some fucked up shit. Autofill. I need to really like. There's good porn, yeah. There's like educational porn, and then there's just like waste of time. Right. So what was I gonna do? Is psilocybin the only... That'll do, hopefully it tells me. Psilocybin is a tryptamine compound with a chemical structure containing an indole ring linked to the... whatever the fuck that is. Big science word. It is chemically related to the amino acid tryptophan. I don't fucking know. And is structurally similar to the neurotransmitter serotonin. Yeah, so I am familiar with the neurotransmitter. So I'll definitely take that down. Just and I'll tell you what, I'll do like a lot of research. A lot of this is going to be a lot of research as well. So random notes. Structurally similar to the neurotransmitter serotonin. See, why the fuck would it... Why would it copy it like that? I don't fucking want that stupid link. Get fucked. What you have to do, yeah, is do it like this. Take that. Copy it. Paste it. Copy it again. And then it actually does what you want. Which is silly, considering all I'd done was copy and paste the same bit of text. I wish this thing had a bit of an intuition. We're all on about AI, but... AI would be useful if it knew what I was trying to do and I could talk to a robot and go, right, I'm making a book, help me. So Jacob says, the fundamental state is the whole stage of experience. Certain things undergo the formality of occurring, but the only way to know is to watch and familiarize yourself with the fundamental pattern. That's quite interesting. Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, the fundamental pattern is the screen of consciousness, and then yeah, some formally occur. But it's zooming out and noticing the patterns is the key. Like, I go in ebbs and flows of happy and then sad and stuff. And when you zoom out and you see the pattern happening from like a meta perspective, it's that sort of thing. It's yeah, noticing the patterns is... That's quite interesting what you just said, Jacob. Yeah, definitely. So, so I'm gonna actually keep some of the. I'm gonna copy your whole comment there and go. There you go. So I've now got Jacob's entire message there saved, because that's interesting. This can be done through breath work, Zazen meditation, drugs, plants, and otherwise. Yes, I agree. Yeah, familiarizing yourself with the fundamental pattern is a And see, this will all go in the book, likely. So what you're saying here is not nothing. And I'll credit everybody. And this is going to take a lot of time. Like, this is very scrap, very beginning. But when I get into the flow of it, it'll be a lot cooler, I think. So, yeah, so what you're saying here is to familiarize yourself with the fundamental pattern. And the way that you do that is by zooming out into a meta perspective with plant medicine. And then you see the structure from the outside. Therefore, it's like meditation and psychedelics, I've said for a while, take you to the same place. So, what you just put there, I'm going to now... So the comment that Jacob Britt, yeah, now I'm going to get right in just about that. So let me read Love from the... Well, hold on, I'll read your comment in a minute, Love for the Galaxy. Sorry, I'm just going to reflect on what Jacob was saying. And thank you for sticking around, by the way, guys. You can leave whenever you please, but... It's cool having a conversation. So I'll just take some notes and then I'll refine it into the future. So the reason meditation and psychedelics cross-reference so heavily psychedelics take you to the same territory / The reason meditation and psychedelics take you to the same territory and realm and cross-reference so heavily is because so there's a metaphor I came up with on a podcast with somebody. It was called "A Friend Asks About My 70+ Mushroom Trips for Advice" or something, and I came up with a summit analogy or metaphor. So the summit is because they both zoom you out to see the bigger picture and view the day-to-day false summit from bird's eye baby mums don't deserve these buggies. They make me sick. Cause I go buy a whole week shopping in Iceland for like 25 quid. Fizzy sweets and chocolates, no fresh fruit herbs, just processed meals all packed in boxes. Some are bird's eye bitches, dirty skirting boards, dirty ovens and dirty fridges. No long team beans on the hob, straight in the oven for 15 minutes. Bird's eye baby mums, raising bird's eye daughters and bird's eye sons. The only time you eat fish is when you eat fish fingers. You don't eat fish without breadcrumbs. These bird's eye baby mums don't like cooking. They're always in a rush to throw chips in the oven. Anyway, sorry, I'll get to your message now, Love for the Galaxy, sorry. So, yeah, I know what I'm writing there, I just didn't want to lose it, that's all. So, Amanita muscaria, I done it many times. Sometimes it would only make my dreams trippy, but on doses like 20 grams to 30 grams of it, then dry, I had a colourful visuals. Met God also makes people puke a lot. Needs to be prepared with the right heat. Okay, and again I'm taking notes on all of this. And tell you what, I'll actually put you guys like in the actual book. So like I'll say at the beginning, the preface, like this whole book was done on live stream and people were talking the whole time. So I'll put Jacob and I'll put like names at the front. So these are I'll be referring to. Love from the Galaxy says this, or whatever you'd like to be referred to as. So yeah, how many? Love from the Galaxy, it needs to be prepared with the right heat. I've done it many times. So, Love from the Galaxy, would you like to come on a podcast at some point and have an open talk about your experiences, and we can dig a bit deeper into Amanita Muscaria? And like, my whole channel is probably going to transform into just writing this book, somewhat. Like, I'll do interviews and just keep referring to it, and then it'll be promotion, and then when it comes out, it'll be the bollocks. So I'll do interviews based on researching the book. And then when it's finally out in like a year or so, or whatever the fuck, it will be so long hyped up that I know people will actually be up for buying it. It'll be cool. So, the analogy of this. So, the reason meditation and psychedelics take you to the same territory and realm and cross-reference so heavily is because they both zoom you out to see the bigger picture and view the day-to-day false summits from bird's eye view. I could one day. Yeah, if you wanted to. You haven't got to, mate. But I have open conversations with anybody. There's no obligation, so I'd just like to inquire what you know about Amanita Muscaria and things of that nature, and then I'll write it down and we'll both, you know. I want my stuff on my channel to be very community-based. So I think this book's going to be special. Jacob says, the state of enlightenment is the awareness of the true self, which is no self, which is the void, which is behind everything, which is the same of being God. Yes. God is the Tao. God is the flow. And my God awakening came to me when I realized, I said to myself on a trip, I said, all these insights that I'm having on this trip is just thoughts. And then I thought, think or don't think. I thought, oh, that's what it's always been. And then I just recognized my true nature. That's the message. Think or don't think, right? Think or don't think. That's the big one. That's your only options. No thoughts is so cool. It's like a completely different place. I think that's where you recognize your true nature, is when you stop thinking. That's where so much of the goodness, like the spiritual, that's where so much of it is. Alright, this is gonna take fucking ages. Alright, that's okay. So yeah, I'm literally saving like all of your comments for the most part. So anyway, so the reason meditations and psychedelics take you to the same territory and realm and cross-reference so heavily is because they both zoom you out to see the bigger picture and view the day-to-day false summit from a bird's eye view. So I don't know if I'm going to... I might just do bullet points for now, because I think actually writing, like, properly the best stuff, like the actual foundations of the book, might be somewhat more difficult while in this, like, setting where I keep bouncing from comments to stuff, because, like... So, like, what I can do is just, like, make a new thing now. My experiences. So... And then I can just make bullet points of all of the, like, awakenings I've had. So, like, from the beginning, like, what was my first trip? So, the thing is, like, this is going to take fucking ages, and this is going to be a hefty book, because I'm going to be writing, like, all of my trip reports in it as well. So... personal trip reports. So this is something that I can just easily off the cuff just like jot down notes. So I feel like that'll be somewhat easier. So my first trip I swear I can actually make it like this. Can I move that? Yeah, okay. So my first trip, and then here. No. So my first trip, can I get another one? I can. I watched the fence melt. I sat in the garden in the sun, and my fence and my whole visual field drained. So I watched my fence melt. My face in the mirror was godly symmetrical, and godly symmetrical and radiating. And I said, I was in shock the first time. I was like, oh my fucking god, no fucking way. What the fuck? Fuck. That's what I said. Jacob says, thoughts are like binary, on and off. Knowing is like quantum. It's here and there, now and then. Jacob, write a book. I'm telling you. Stop being lazy. You are much more gifted, I reckon, with writing and content. When you take your time with writing something, you have amazing segments. Jacob, if you were to write a book, called My Reality as a Diagnosed Schizophrenic Psychedelic Abuser and stuff like that, and then literally writ the stuff that you go on about inside your brain, you live in a new dimension that is alien to everyone else. Like the other day, you were like, I'm on 3 levels right now. It's like, what do you mean you're on 3 levels? You need to write it down and start and then maybe this is the, like, and you've listened to lectures all day, you take the psychedelics, get on writing a book, man. I swear down. Stuff like that. Where'd you get this stuff from? I agree. Knowing is quantum. Yes, correct. Thoughts are binary. On, off. But knowing is beyond concepts. So I don't even remember the insights of my first trip, really. So I'll try and do them in order. So then I had my 4 gram wage slave. My 4 gram wage slave awakening, and then I'll tell you what, I'm actually gonna actually get the videos of these up as well. So not only am I, hold on, I want to keep that actually. So that's what I mean. The book is likely going to be digital, and it's probably going to be on a website as well. So what I was doing here is now I'm just writing down all of my experiences. So what I'll do is I'll go to the beginning of my channel. And then here we have 4 gram magic mushroom wage slave awakening. Oops. Sorry, I was about to sneeze, it just threw me off. But you know what I mean, Jacob, why don't you write a book, man? Right, so what the fuck was I doing? This is ridiculous. So I'll put... Oh, it's gonna do that stupid shit again. Fuck off! Will you fucking rape yourself in the anus hole? With a fucking... With a very, very sharp knife. $4 gram Liberty Cap. 4 gram Liberty Cap Wage Slave Awakening. And then I'll get the link. So the only reason I'm there you go. Brilliant. So what will that do? Well, I don't want that there, do I, you thick cunt? I want it above. Alright. I don't know... Should I keep that? That looks quite cool, actually. If I make that bigger... Is it necessary? Probably not. Right, I'll read the comments, sorry. So... Binary is 2 total potential outcomes versus quantum, which is 4 concurrent possible outcomes. Also, people don't know how they know. That's the secret. I know that I know that I know. I have been in states like, yeah, when you know that you know you know. But yeah, I know, yeah, that's epistemology. It's like, how do you know what you know? Like the theory of knowledge. And Actualized.org talks loads about that. So I'm not familiar with quantum being 4 concurrent possible outcomes. So what is concurrent? Like simultaneous? This is going to be a long fucking journey making this book. Concurrent. No, it's like is, right? Existing, happening. Yeah. All done at the same time. Right. Which is 4 concurrent. Yeah, So yeah, simultaneous. I'm not sure if I 100% understand like exactly what you're on about, Jacob, in the last one. Binary is 2, yeah, so thinking is on versus off, basically. And then quantum, which is knowing, is 4 concurrent. But is that not still a concept? But, anyway, Benny Matthew or some shit. Hello, welcome. He said, I'd love to hear about your own experiences, your life-changing or just simply funny experiences in detail. So yeah, I'm going to, as I say, I'm writing a book now, Fungi of Infinity, or Metaphysical Mushrooms, and I'm just now actually writing, so I was writing about my first trip where I watched my fence mount, and then there's a 4 gram Liberty Cap Wage Slave Awakening, and I'll put as well in brackets, well, live trip. So I'm writing like all of my experiences on a bullet point thing right now. So I have loads of like trip reports on my channel. If you're interested, I'll share like the most terrifying fucking scary trip that I've ever had. YouTube doesn't like the name Oxen, so it just doesn't fucking come up with my stuff, which is just ridiculous because there's no reason. But if I do Baron Davidson, which is my real name, here we go. So I'll share this video. No share button? No? Okay. Get fucked. So if you're interested, this is the most spookiest terror trip I ever had, and it's very well edited. It's the best video I've ever made by far, probably. I mean, in terms of entertainment and graphics, it looks very good, so watch that if you care. Hold up. I know that I am that I know I am. That's a quantum computer. I don't know, Jacob. I don't know. I know that you know. It's like the I am. That's like the... It's not I think, therefore I am. It's like I am, therefore I am. So I get you, but... I mean... Okay, I just joined. Yeah, man. I am interested. Yeah, so I'm going to get to writing it. Basically, when this book's done, in years, or whatever, I don't know how long it's going to take. A few months, like many months at least. I'm gonna be on here quite consistently, I believe, and I'll get to all of it. So I definitely feel like I'm writing very slow because of all this stuff. And if you don't mind, like, I know that it's all relevant, but keep it relevant somewhat to the book. So I'm not like, I don't want to read about like the nature of reality and stuff while I'm like just trying to. But anything about mushrooms or psychedelics, or like anything that you've noticed, any trip reports or anything, stuff worth looking into, definitely put it down, and I'll give a look into all of it. So 4 gram Liberty Cap Weight Slave Awakening live trip report. And there you go. So that's that one. And then, so because I want to keep it to, like, for example, like the comparison. So now that I've got people in the chat, yeah, can we compare LSD with mushrooms? Like, what have we got? Tell me what you guys think here. If you can distill LSD versus mushrooms, what have you got to say? Because I've been contemplating this, and it's quite deep. So we got the 4 gram Liberty Cat Weight Slave Awakening live trip report, which was, that one took me by big surprise, and I'll write like summaries of all of these as well. Right, you can go. Right, is psilocybin the only compound in psychedelic mushrooms? Because there's one that begins with a B I read about once. Chemicals called psilocybin and psilocin, but the one that begins with a B just converts to psilocybin anyway, I believe. Right, I'll leave this for another time. So, random notes to research. Is psilocybin the only molecule? I know that I'm that I know that I am. Translation: man knows that the existence that man knows is the I am God. That's my final quantum formula. I know that I'm that I know that I am. I know that I... I know I'm that. I know I am. Man knows the existence that man knows is that I am. Man knows that the existence that man knows is the I am. Yeah. I mean, it is just the I am, innit? Like, the whole thing. Like, not just internally, like, with no boundary, it's just I am. And then when you know your true nature, like, when I don't know who I am existentially, I go about the world in the wrong way. But when I reconnect with that through meditation or psychedelics, it's like I know who I am so deeply that I'm like just free and authentic to my core. For me, LSD gives more fun, less philosophical, gives me the 60s hippie vibe, and is more energetic. Well, mushrooms is more similar to weed. So yes, that's very interesting. And by the way, it's likely if you comment, if you want your name, or I'll ask you, I'll go back and I'll find you and everything. I'm keeping these notes, I'm keeping comments in this book, and I will likely credit and quote many things that are said throughout the many months that I'm going to be live streaming. So I asked you that in particular because I also have many friends, and in my own experience, LSD is much more energetic, and that is exactly what you just said, while mushrooms is more similar to weed. 100%, I couldn't agree more. So that's very interesting. And that's what I'm looking for, stuff of this nature that helps me like contemplate. And so LSD is, so there you go, I've got your name, and I'll literally credit you in the book and everything if you please, or we'll see how it goes, but we'll stay in touch. And I'm easy to get hold of anyway if you wanted to change your name, or if you didn't want it in there, or whatever the fuck. So yeah, and then so people I would like to ask about, I'm gonna get loads of people on the podcast. And I'm literally, this is going to take years to make this book, I just realised. This is going to be fucking long. Alright, so LSD versus shrooms. I'd like to interview Key Parks. I'd like to interview Psychedelic Actualization. I'd like to interview Mr. Nature. I'd like to interview Mrs. Sunshine again. These are all YouTubers. So. Oh man, thanks for the respect. Now I am hyped. Well, yeah, I mean, so the book is going to be very interactive and very colourful and non-linear. So, I'll be sure to and then even you. So I'm not actually familiar with your channel too much. I don't know if you're here often. Thank you for joining. So I see your channel now. Look, I'm gonna hit subscribe just so I don't lose you. And I've already written your name down in it. So if you wanted to come on the podcast anonymously and just talk, we definitely can. But they're all gonna be orientated towards the construction of this book now. And I'm gonna go on this for many months, many years, and I'm gonna refine and do interviews and podcasts and just really hammer on this book, because if I make my whole channel about this fucking book, when it's actually released, everyone will be ready for it. So I'm somewhat, in a sense, going to be publishing it as I'm writing it, as what I'm doing right now. I'm just starting from the ground up. So Key Parks, I think, said the same thing. Yeah, I'll even get Jacob back on and ask him what the differences are, because Jacob's been on the podcast a few times. Random friends, look, and I'll make an actual massive video about what's the difference, and I'll interview loads of people and compile it. So this is where my stuff's gonna take off, because now I'm on a project, an actual project. I'm not just making videos on a whim. I'm actually got something I need to get done, and it will actually be really cool. I like the idea that you want as many viewpoints as you want. Yeah, and then we'll mix perspectives, and then we'll like distill it to like the most common, and then my final take on it and everything. So, what the fuck am I looking for? So, right, yeah, I was gonna go on my channel. So right now, mainly, I'm just writing like the bullet points for my trip reports that I've had in the past. So I had that. Oh yeah, this one. To be honest, like, what would I like? Because I don't want to know what it. Like, this is what it's called on YouTube, right? But. But like, I don't know if that really reflects exactly. I spent years trying to explain something to myself, but I knew the whole story, and I don't know if that's funny or sad. I don't know, Jacob, I don't know if I understand. I wish I did. You can elaborate if you can. Fuck off! Super psilocybin run. But like, this was actually like a very empowering experience, so 2 consecutive magic mushroom awakenings, live trip reports, heroic dose, and then I'll link it as well. Jacob, I had something similar when I started smoking weed at 16. I started writing down notes all the time when I was high, and I was like giving signs for myself. I thought I understand it, but when I was sober, I thought I knew it already. Or it's just silly. When I was smoking weed at 16, I started writing down notes all the time when I was high. And I was like giving signs for myself. I thought I understand it, but when I was sober, I thought I knew it already, or it was just silly. It's like there's a tendency for like psychedelics and drugs to make you think something's more profound than it is when you. But then like, is that the actual state, or because of the default mode network? Like, how do we know that? Yeah, like everything is actually that profound, but we just filter it to conserve energy in a sober state. Default mode network. This book is gonna kill my soul. It's gonna take way too long, but that's fine. Most people radically underestimate. So, Love from the Galaxy. I had these experiences with LSA. There I realised I'm God, just playing hide and seek with myself, pretending not to be God. Yeah, I've had just those experiences. Yeah, I got to try LSA. I haven't tried LSA yet, and it's like the Hawaiian woodrose seeds. So for me, a big question was always, how would I think now without psychedelics? Yeah. Well, who knows? I don't know. They changed everything about me from the core. But I need to embody this knowing more, like this meditation of knowing who I am, because that's what I'm lacking. I lack maintaining the awakened state throughout my life. So I'm definitely finding it difficult to actually like. I guess it's just because I'm talking so much. Like, I haven't really writ fuck all. Last night I writ loads. So I'll get to reading what I wrote last night a bit, just so I don't know how much longer I'm going to stream. I may end it. I wouldn't really want to end it. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, so bullet points I got. Well, let's get the bullet points down. So how to trip. I'll stop fucking around and just start writing dangers and warnings. Spirituality, belief systems, spirituality and naive spirituality. So these are just random notes of topics of certain chapters and all sorts. Naive. Sorry it's dark, but I can't even tell if they have helped or not. But like that did LSD for sure. Oh right, okay, wait, hold on. Sorry it's dark, but I can't even tell if they helped me or not. But I like that I did LSD for sure. It's something else I've never done. Can I even fucking read? What is wrong with me? Sorry it's dark, but I can't even tell if they helped me or not. But I like that I did LSD, for sure. It's something else I've done ever before. It's something else I've done ever before. And I started investigating in psychedelics too, and still. Yeah, I don't know if I understand. Oh, I mean, yeah, you still are, yeah. So yeah, you like that you've done LSD for sure. It's something else I've done. I assume you say you've never done it before. But yeah, I mean, in terms of it actually producing actual results, I know they've definitely helped me, 100%. There's no doubt about that. But it is very nuanced. It depends. They're definitely not for everybody. But they certainly helped me. And you can still appreciate the experiences. Like, it depends how much you've done them though, and like what setting. How long have you been doing them for though? Because it depends how you're doing them. Like, are you doing them for contemplation or for meditation, or you just sit there and wait? Are you in silent darkness? Like, what's your conceptual foundations, or how does it go? I'm gonna wrap it up, I think, shortly. I've done like the intro and done what I wanted to do. I'll definitely be on again in the future, but so I ain't got that much time, to be fair. I only got like an hour before I have to go to work. I'd rather prepare for some stuff. Right, I'll be right back. Everyone, like, I'll be gone in a few minutes or so. So if you got anything final to say, just jot it in the chat. I'm sorry to leave on a whim, but I definitely got other things I'd rather do at the minute. But when I started, I wasn't in good settings. With hypocrite people and didn't feel comfortable. Yeah. So it really depends like how you pursue them. And they definitely don't always help everyone. Like sometimes it's like one step forward, two steps back. And it's a very it's a very long road pursuing psychedelics and spit. It's a very, very long road. I'll be back shortly. Yeah, I'm gonna go soon. This book is gonna be the bollocks, because I know what I'm talking about. It said that the breath is the original psychedelic, so I would say in the end, being connected to the breath in the present moment helps to maintain the awakened state. Yes, thank you very much for that. Yes. The breath is psychedelic, you're right. And I've really been trying to maintain my awakened state. I think I'm gonna have to meditate a lot more. Yeah, a lot of schizophrenic people think they are God too. Well, that's the thing. Schizophrenic is just a fabricated label of our culture. Maybe they are right, just in a bad setting. Yes. Well, the Buddha would be in a mental hospital. It's just the way it is. Many schizophrenics swim the same ocean as shamans, and I'm gonna leave a link right before I go, because I think I'm gonna. Well, am I gonna go? Oh fuck it, I don't know. It's alright actually. I might as well stay. If there's people on here, like, I'll probably stay. So I don't mean to scare people off. But I don't know. We'll see. Sorry, I'm just indecisive at the minute. I probably do have other shit I need to do. But. So this is Terence McKenna, Schizophrenia and the Fear of Madness. Terence McKenna goes very deep into the nature of schizophrenia. So this is the best speech by him in my opinion. Alright, I'm going to end it for today. I'm sorry for ending it on a whim. There's just other stuff I want to do, to be honest, at the minute. But, thank you for tuning in. In the future, I'll be more prepared with how I'm going to go about this, because I didn't even get that much writ. And I don't feel like I'm in the state to do so, it's partly because I'm just talking with the chat. So, but anyway, I'll be back here in the future. If anyone has anything, like, I'm actually asking you guys, if you have anything you would like to be in the book, or a question, I'll do like a Q&A. Make sure to let me know, give me a message on Instagram, or Snapchat, or email, or anything, with an inquiry or a question, and I'll respond to it with the best of my ability, actually in the book. So, this is just the beginning. Should I read some? Okay guys, I'm looking forward to our next writing course. Yeah bro, 100%. I'll make it a lot better as well. So next one I'll start it off with reading what I read last time, I reckon. And I might be on later again, but I've never done it before, so it's just a bit of a test. But yeah, thank you very much. I shall be back.